parents, hello. I wanted to come on today to talk about something a little bit more fun, a little bit more, um, more delightful. Hopefully, it's something that we all need, right? So I wanted to come today to talk about the retreat that we are hosting for targeted parents in January 29th to February 3rd, 2023 in Vietnam. Now, there are a few other things that I do want to come on this weekend, hopefully, to talk about. For example, there's this particular, actually quite urgent issues that to do with United Nations and the way that they look at parental alienation. There's a particular, I guess, effort to trying to essentially bulldoze the victims of parental alienation, trying to say that parental alienation, this term is what responsible for the abuse, the domestic abuse against women and children, which is ridiculous. So the United Nations is now working on this very misguided direction, and they try to essentially trying to force a worldwide thing where they try to prevent victims from being able to speak up and being able to fight for their children. So they open up sort of a input procedure where you can actually submit your comment or your responses. So I wanted to talk about that this weekend to hopefully get you guys to submit your thoughts and your comment to the United Nations. I don't think they are anticipate people like you who would have a different opinion than they have. The way that they have written this thing, they essentially said, we're looking for input, but to support these points. And these points were, parental alienation is a term that's responsible for abusing children and for abusing parents, mothers, actually. It's a very gender bias approach. And I saw Jamie said, this is BS and I want to take part and need direction also in my case. Okay, Jamie, thank you so much. So yeah, definitely need all of your support. So like I said, this weekend, I'm going to try to come on and we're going to walk through that and discuss the responses. There's a lot of misinformation. And then I've also noticed, I actually haven't got a chance to really go through it carefully. That's why I'm not ready to talk about it a lot today. But I did notice that they threw in stuff that has nothing to do with parental alienation and then sort of do this wholesale thing where they blame parental alienation for everything, like the term parental alienation, and they blame victims of parental alienation for all of this, which is, like I said, really outrageous. Hi, Maritzka, thank you. So anyway, but today though, and then actually apart from that, I do wanted to highlight that we have an event coming up where I'm going to interview a legislator. And I think it's on the 22nd. If you guys look into our events log, you will see that there's that event coming up. She's actually an adult child parental alienation, and now she's a state legislator. And so I'm going to interview her about her experience being the adult child of parental alienation and the impact it has on her, because she and I had a private conversation that she talked about this. So I hope that we will be able to bring to light some of her experience. Now, being a politician, I think it's difficult for them to be able to speak openly. So I'm not entirely sure how the interview is gonna be. So we're gonna see. But in the private conversation, she was very vulnerable and she was willing to share a lot. So I hope that she's gonna still be comfortable sharing that when we interview her. So look out for that on the 22nd. And feel free to bring your questions. She's a state legislator in Pennsylvania. So if we have parents from Pennsylvania, if we have adult children from Pennsylvania, that would be great, because this is your legislator. So please look out for that event, and I hope that we will see you then. Okay, so there's that aspect. What else? I know we have a lot of other things on the plates coming up. So I will go through that. So keep an eye out. If you are not already on our mailing list, please join our mailing list on victim2hero.com website, and it's on the top right. You can just put in your email address, and then that way you can get our emails. We haven't been sending a lot of emails. So if you already signed up and you haven't got emails, don't worry about it. It's simply because we just haven't been sending emails. But when there's something important, we will. And we're hopefully going to get on a little bit more sort of regular process in terms of sending out emails. We also don't want to bombard you, with emails that you feel like it's spamming. So anyway, and Jamie said exactly what the guardian ad litem is doing in my case and encouraged me to pull out and to let her know. So if I don't wait till we get a hearing, she won't continue billing me. She wants you to give up on your children, on your child. Is that right, Jamie? Essentially, she's trying to encourage you to give up on your child. This is a guardian ad litem, somebody that supposedly represent the best interest of your child, and yet she's recommending a parent to give up on the child. How is that the best interest of the child? This is a problem. We have such a big systematic problem in that we have mental health professionals, we have judges, we have lawyers that do not get this, do not understand this. Okay, I understand. So yeah, so Jamie is talking about how the guardian ad litem is encouraging her to give up on the child because the case has been going on for so long and she may not get any different outcomes. Okay, so when it comes to fighting for your children in court, it's very important that you understand the structure behind it. And also very important is that you build the right team around you, because if you don't have the right team, it's very difficult. So really, it's so important. If you guys haven't seen the interviews that we have done with many attorneys who have successfully fought cases for parental alienation, and please look into our videos tab, and there's a lot of videos there that discuss elements of fighting for parental alienation. It's so important. You need to fight for it in a way that is not a custody case. This is not about child custody. You need to fight it from an angle that this is a child protection issue. And if your case has been going on for a long time, which is very common for parental alienation cases, and you can get a different outcome, I'm not in a position to advise your case at all, because I'm not a lawyer and I do not know your case. But really, if you can try to look into look into the videos that we interview a lot of experts, hopefully that will give you more information. I see Desiree said, well, Jamie, do not listen, you keep going. I'm kind of agreeing with Desiree, actually. And then Indy said, I wrote my story on this and I'm targeted parent. And so Indy actually shared a link to her story. And then I know I actually have a workbook you can look on Amazon. It's actually called Diagnosing Parental Alienation, the 5-factor workbook. And in there, we create a structure for you so that you can build the evidence for your case, so that you can fight for your children in court, or whether you use the term parental alienation or not. The point is, if you structure your evidence a certain way and you present your information for a certain way, then it's kind of natural for judges, hopefully, and for others to be able to recognize your case. And then Indy said in her story, there's a segment about what the guardian ad litem did in her case. We actually seen a lot of parents, we talked to a lot of parents who share with us their situation about guardian ad litem, and it's horrible. And another thing I wanted to say is that even if you give up in court, it doesn't mean that you have to give up on your children. So there's ways that you can fight outside of court. It's and actually there's no easy way to do this, but just know that if for some reason you look at your situation and your court and feel like you have to give up in court, don't feel like you completely give up on your children. It's actually there are things that you can do outside of court. It might take a long time. It may be a slow process, but and sometimes you have no choice. Children grow out of the system. Once they reach 18, they're out of the jurisdiction of the court anyway. So anyway, let's change the topic into something a little bit more happy. So the reason I'm on today, because I wanted to share with you guys about the retreat that we have. So we're planning a retreat for targeted parents. The reason we're doing this is because we know that the experience that you have as targeted parent is a very lonely experience. It's a horrific experience. And most of the time you feel alone because you can't talk to your family. You can't talk to your friends. The people may listen to you, but they don't believe you, or they don't know what to say to you. They don't understand it. It's really impossible to understand this unless you have gone through it. So they don't get this, and so they're not able to support you. And sometimes they even go against you. We've seen situations where grandparents will side with the alienators, or sibling will side with the alienators to go against targeted parents. And so it's a very tragic situation. And most of the time, targeted parents don't have anyone to share with. So it's a very, very isolated experience. And then the other thing too is that, and like Jamie's situation and many other situations, is that you're dealing with this for a long time, and what you see is that you constantly being bombarded by the rejection of your children, the abuse by the alienators, and the failure by the system. So it's just keep going down, 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 down. And so as a mental condition, you're getting worse and worse over time progressively, unfortunately. And so what we're looking for is a reset, so that you can have a break from that and then be able to set on a positive momentum, a path that hopefully when you come back to your normal life, you feel reset, rejuvenated, revitalized, and you feel stronger. We want you to be able to reconnect with yourself. And also we want to bring you this community of parents that are sharing the same experience with you, that understand this. And then along with this, I'm going to be there, but we're also going to bring Dr. Edward Crook, who have many years of experience in clinical solution, who will be there with us, because he's really understand this, because he himself is actually also a targeted parent, and he's also have done so much work in this field. He published in a lot of peer-reviewed journals about parental alienation, about shared parenting, about child custody issues, child protection issues, things like that. We recently did an interview with Dr. Edward Crook, so if you want to check that out in our videos tab, and you can find that. But he's going to be there. But not only as a researcher, he has done a lot. He has a lot of experience, clinical experience, working with people and helping them. So he's going to be there in this program, in this retreat. So we hope that you can join this program. So I wanted to walk through the information and share that with you guys. So this is the brochure that we have. Okay, so, and we share this on our Facebook page. You can see that. And Mariska said, I love Dr. Crook. He said, never give up. Yeah, he's really nice. He actually, I found him very humble and very easy to talk to, and he truly understands this, which is nice. So anyway, okay, so this is a pamphlet that we have. It's called The Reset. Okay, the retreat is called The Reset. The reason is, like I said to you guys, you need a reset, you need a break from all of this. And this is a healing retreat that's for targeted parents and families. So, we do want, if there's step parents, if you have partners, if we have grandparents that wanted to come, that would be amazing. This is going to be from January 29th to February 3rd in 2023 in Vietnam. So it's 6 days, 5 nights. Okay, so like I explained to you guys, the reason we wanted this is because we want to design as a communal healing immersive experience to give you a reset and set you up in a positive momentum, so that you can actually go back and be able to reconnect with yourself and your family and others, and to empower you to continue the fight for your children. And then the program is also going to cover different aspects of healing, dealing with parental alienation, how to understand the power imbalance between you and the alienators. We're going to talk about understanding your alienated children. We're also going to be talking about we're going to work on different aspects of healing, and also about the plan so that how you can go back and continue the fight. And we definitely spend a lot of time thinking about all aspects of this program, from the environment, from actually food is a big part of this as well, because we're working with another company that specializes in natural health. So we're really going to spend a lot of time on food, aspect of food design. And we also going to have the person in that company going to come and talk about, how to take care of your health using natural remedies instead of, using just Western medicine. It's not a pill, it's not a push of a button, it's not easy, but it's a lifestyle choice that, and as a targeted parent, it's so important for you to be able to take care of your health, because if you don't have your health, you're not going to be able to fight for your children. So it's really important that you have that. So anyway, we're considering all these aspects. We want to be able to build a really support peer group for you. So not everyone, we're not going to be able to accept anybody. So we have a form that you can sign up, and the link is in the comment, I guess, in the description for this video. You will see the link, and if you have trouble finding that link, let me know. We will post that for you. But there's a link where you can sign up, and we're going to look at your information before we accept you into the program. So there's a and actually, you see some photo here. I'll share with you more photos in a minute. But the program is the day one. You're gonna fly into Ho Chi Minh City or Saigon, Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam, and we're going to pick you up from the airport. We're gonna take you to a hotel in Ho Chi Minh City, and we're gonna have a meet and greet dinner at that hotel that night, and then together. We're going to stay at that hotel that night. And then the next day, we're going to together on a bus, on a vehicle that as a group, we're going to travel to Mui Ne, which is a beach town not too far from Ho Chi Minh City. So we're going to go there, and then we're going to start our program there. And we're going to be at an oceanfront boutique resort. And we're going to spend the next few days there in this resort. And then so after the program finish, and during that program, there's going to be, like I mentioned, all these different, conversation that we're going to have to cover this different topic about parental alienation. We're also going to have some fun activities, team bonding. We're also going to have some excursion, that kind of thing. So all part of the program, we're going to have, breakfast, lunch, dinner. We're going to have fruit snacks. Tropical fruits are amazing. I love tropical fruits. It's I get in trouble with that. Anyway, amazing fruit. The weather is so beautiful. So February is perfect time to pull you away from all this cold winter and snow. You're gonna get to be right in front of the ocean. So anyway, on the last day, actually no, the day before the last day, we're going to get back on the bus, and then we're going to, after we have breakfast, we're going to head back to Ho Chi Minh City, and then we will have some sightseeing of Ho Chi Minh City. So you'll get to see the city, and then we'll have a goodbye dinner in Ho Chi Minh City. And then the next day, you're going to have breakfast at the hotel, and we'll make sure we take care of you so that you can get back to the airport to fly back to wherever you come from. We actually have people that are coming from Channel Islands. Actually, I never knew that country until she started inquiring about this retreat. So we have people, and then Dr. Crook is coming from Canada. Today we have someone that signed up, and she came from, I think she came from New York. So we have people coming from all over. So please, that's the information. Okay, so the next page of the information. So what is cover? We're going to cover, like I said, airport pick up and drop off. So, when you're flying in to Ho Chi Minh City, we'll take care of you. We'll pick you up and take you to the hotel, and we also drop you off on the days that you leave. All the meals while you're there, within the program as I described, and also you can see in the other page. We're going to cover your hotel, as a part of the program, including in Ho Chi Minh City, as well as the boutique resort, the oceanfront resort in Mui Ne. We're going to take care of your visa, tourist visa. So, once you sign up, we're going to get your information, and then we will take care of your tourist visa. We will have travel insurance. So we have travel insurance for you that cover up to a certain amount. I think it's $30,000 that cover medical and some other stuff. And then if you wanted to buy additional travel insurance, you're welcome to do that. But we have some basic travel insurance for you while you're in the program. And then the sightseeing that I mentioned, any activities that part of the program will cover all the fees and costs for that for you. And then what's not covered is the return airfare to and from Ho Chi Minh City. So you need to take care of that. And also any additional activities, like let's say if you wanted to arrive earlier or if you want to stay longer, or if you wanted to buy things and things like that, that's entirely up to you. The programs is not, not a prison. You're welcome to take off at certain time and go and explore the local area, and we're happy to give you information and guide you how to do that. They have these like vehicles similar to Uber. You can call them and go to places, or you can just walk around. So you're welcome to do that. So if you wanted to take off and do different things and buy different things, that kind of expenses we do not cover. And then the additional note here to say is that we can guide you on booking of your flight. So if you wanted to stay longer, like I said, anything to do with travel, we do work with a travel agency, so they do have group discount. So if you need help on booking, and like I said, if you want to stay longer, if you want to arrive earlier, all that kind of thing, any tours and things like that, they can help you with that. So we can direct you to them, and then you can coordinate directly with them to book your flights and things like that. So anyway, like I said, I'm going to be there. Dr. Crook is going to be there. So here's a little bit of background on my background as well as Dr. Crook's background. And then here are some disclaimer. We wanted to make sure that it's clear that this is not a professional treatment. This is not therapy. This is recreational and educational. Now, we do want you to be able to heal. That's the point of this. But this is entirely a recreational and educational. It's not to be considered as professional advice, not legal advice in any way. And so really, you are encouraged to find professional advice to consider for your personal situation. And then also, we will not be able to cater to any individual dietary requests or diet restriction or anything like that. We have a fixed program that we're going to cater for everyone the same. Like let's say if you wanted to just sit down and choose specific thing that you eat or not eat, that's up to you. But yeah, we're not going to be able to cater to allergies or anything like that. It's going to be entirely as a whole group thing. Okay, the program fee is not refundable because like once you sign up, we need to be able to pay the hotel and all that kind of thing. So the program fee is not refundable. There are two exceptions. One is that we need a certain number of parents sign up for the program to be able to go ahead. So if we don't get enough parents to sign up by a certain date, we're going to refund everyone. We're going to cancel the program. Hopefully we don't run into that situation, but we really want to have the program to be able to go forward. So please do sign up as early as you can, because that way we can know for sure that the program can go ahead, and then parents can start booking their flights and things like that. And we can actually, start making arrangement. The other thing that we do have an exception is that if there's some kind of situation where we believe that this parent is not suitable for the program, we may refuse service to this parent before or during the program. And if that's the situation, which we hope will never happen, but there might be a situation which hard to anticipate, but we wanted to reserve the right to refuse service even and cancel your particular participation at any point during the program. And if that's the case, we will refund your fee, but we will not reimburse for any other expenses. We think, this is referring to any inappropriate behavior or things like that. We will not provide reasons, but we wanted to reserve that right. So I want to make that very super clear. So it's 6 days, 5 nights. We're going to cover visa, local transportation, activities, hotel, and food. Like I said, look into all these specific details here. It's $780 per person. If you are coming with a partner, like let's say a spouse or someone that you're going to share the same room, then you're going to get 10% discount for both of you guys. But keep in mind that most of the rooms are queen size beds. They are not two beds. So if you're coming with a friend instead of a partner that's sharing the bed, then just make sure you keep that in mind when you do your planning. But if you do come as, as two people, and the room can only cover up to two people. So unless if you know somebody that you are coming with, we cannot sort of arrange share room arrangement for you. But yeah, so make sure that you look into that. So now I do want to share with you guys some of the photos of the boutique, oceanfront boutique resort in Mui Ne. So I shared some of this on our Facebook page already. But so here actually these are photos that I took just a few weeks ago with my cell phone. Now we are in a region. Um, um, oh, and that's a good question, Desiree. Desiree said, how many sign up are needed, and will you let us know when it's full or you're needing more? Also, it's $780 for everything you provide upon arrival, right? Yes, it's $700 for everything that I just mentioned: food, local travel, pick you up from the airport or the hotel. You don't, once you book your flight, essentially you don't need anything else. We cover even travel insurance, it cover your visa. So yeah, pretty much everything. We need, I think right now, so we got some sign up. We need 11 more people. We cannot cater too many people. So at some point, we also become too full. So, when we get close to the cutoff point of too full, we also will let you know. But right now, we just opened the sign up. So, really the sooner you sign up, the better, because that way we know there's people, and we're able to make sure to have the program going forward. And then I do wanted to emphasize that you're gonna need your passport. You really need a passport. Some people don't have passport and ask me if they need a passport. You will need a passport. And also your passport need to have expiry at least 6 months beyond 6 months beyond the point that you're staying in a country. This is a worldwide kind of requirements. So really, if you have your passport that expires soon, make sure it actually have to have expiry date after September, I think. So yeah, so you need a passport and you need that. Yeah, thank you so much, Desiree. Yeah, you're welcome. So yeah, so this is a photo like I mentioned that I took just a few weeks ago, actually 2 weeks ago. And so this is the place that we're going to be hanging out. It's right in front of the ocean. You see the sand here. You can walk down to the sand and go swimming. Like I said, the weather is amazing. We're so close to the equator, so the temperature essentially is the same year round. So you can sit here, and I was actually sitting here for a long time and just kind of taking the breeze, the ocean breeze. It's so beautiful. And it's not too much a touristic place, so you notice it's pretty quiet. There's not a lot of people. Now in February is actually close to Vietnamese New Year, so it's hard for me to say, but most of the time I do expect that it's kind of somewhat quiet like this. Okay, so another photo here. See, like it's a photo from this corner. You can see like the ocean, the coastline all along. And this is the part of the resort. There's a swimming pool in the resort like that. That's a daytime picture. This is a nighttime picture of the swimming pool. We're gonna stay in the places around this swimming pool right here. So this is one of the places. This place, this spot is, I think, is ocean front. I think the ocean is right here. And so these are the rooms that are gonna be there. I forgot to take pictures of inside the room. Okay, Mariska mentioned that visa requirements may differ depending on country of citizenship. Yes, that's very true. We will take care of your visa. So once you sign up, we're gonna find out your country passport and all that kind of things, and we'll let you know what we're gonna need from you. But we will take care of your visa, and that's included as a part of what you pay for the program. You don't have to pay extra for your visa. So yeah, again, this is part of the swimming pool. You'll notice there's this area here that's a community space that we're gonna sit and hang out. We're gonna have meals there, and we can talk and things like that. We're not gonna just be in the resort the whole time. Sometime we will take the bus and go look at different places. We're gonna eat at different places as well. So there's some meals, we will go to different restaurants, things like that. So this is another room. So you notice, the rooms are here, and you see the ocean is right there. And there's some room actually have balcony here that overlook the ocean. This is another picture that I took. again, you see the ocean right there. You see the coastline all along, and here you only see two people sitting on the beach. Like I said, it might be different in February. I'm not sure, but most of the time, I'm going to anticipate that this town is somewhat quiet. And then the last pictures that I want to share again. I think this is a balcony that I mentioned. I found this resort very tasteful in the way that they design the layout of the place, as well as the whole and their food. Actually, the chef is a French chef who really actually a very very experienced chef in a lot of high-end hotels in Europe for a long time, and now he decided to move to Vietnam. So very very good sort of fusion design, and we actually have specific requirements, like we actually design the menu and put the request into the resort to make sure that they give us the food that we ask. So anyway, so that's the information. Like I said, there's a link in the description of this video that you can sign up if you wanted to participate. We really hope that we can have this program going forward. We really hope that you can be there. So please sign up, and then we'll see you in Vietnam and in front of the ocean. I'm really excited. I really hope that I get to see you guys in person. We get to hang out for a few days and really, I think a few months ago we did a beach like bonfire picnic thing, and it was incredible. A group of parents get together and we hang out, we sit around the bonfire on the beach, we look at the sunset and we talk, and that was incredible. So we wanted to repeat that experience, and this is like even longer. You have a block of time, you can actually be there and hang out. We can actually be away from all this, especially like I said, February is a very hard winter time here in the US. So hopefully when you go to Vietnam, you can get to actually relax and enjoy a break from that cold weather as well. So anyway, really hope that I get to see you guys there. If you need any more information, just let me know in the comment, and then I see you guys there. Please help by liking this video and share it if you can. And I will come back this weekend to talk to you guys about the UN things. And on the 22nd, the interview with the adult child Parental Alienation with a legislator from Pennsylvania. We have a few other programs planned. I don't know if we posted it yet. I need to double check, but we're going to be here for you guys. So thank you so much, and I see you again very soon. Thank you.